Oh! Hello there! And welcome to Town Hall-iday! Oh my god, I can't do this with a straight face. Welcome to Town Hall-iday!
Kev, what are you doing here?
Oh no.
Okay. My chat screen is my question.
Oh gosh.
Rip.
Worst production
Rip.
NA.
Starting over, I was doing this.
Oh. Welcome to Town Hall-iday 2014. I'm Solid Jake.
I'm Kubi. Who else we got here?
Oh, I'm Sham 2.
And I'm Zoya.
Zoya.
Oh, nice.
Zoya, guys, this is the Heroes of the Storm podcast. And this is our holiday episode. This is a fire, and there's a cat.
That's a fire.
Yeah.
That's a wall.
Guys, I forged this myself. I made
You
this.
forged it?
Yeah, forged it. I'll go with
Forged
it.
a fire?
Yeah, you can do that.
He forged
You
it.
can
He
do
forged it with his own man hands.
Confidence.
And then he used his fire tongs to
I
build
do
it.
have fire tongs.
Now, typically here in Town Hall, we have a kind of an itinerary, a schedule of things that we're going to be discussing. Well, tonight we don't have that. Now, we are going to be talking about a little game called Heroes of the Storm, of course. But it's going to be a little bit less structured and a little bit more community-driven and driven by the chat and Reddit. So, guys, if you can go over to reddit.com/r/Heroes of the Storm and leave us comments there and participate in the chat or tweet at us at Town Hall Heroes, we would love to interact with you about this first year of Town Hall's existence, because this is, in fact, the final episode of Town Hall this year.
2014. What a year.
What a year.
What a year.
So, as we begin our show, let's start with Jared. Jared, what has your week been like? What have you been up to, my friend?
My sister got me Smash for the 3DS for Christmas.
And what are you drinking?
Brew.
Am I allowed to actually say?
No, you know the answer.
Brew.
Yes, good man.
Yeah, I'm drinking brew. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm drinking. I do, exactly.
Good man.
But yeah, my sister got me Smash for 3DS, so I've been playing that a lot. And then I've done, like, a lot of Heroes. I've been watching a lot of scrims, which has been a lot of fun. And I've been playing in some B-ball scrims, which is also fun. But yeah, just Heroes and Smash.
Sham 2. What have you been up to, my friend?
Dude, I've been playing a lot of Smash 4. I actually went to Barcade. There's a new Barcade that just opened up in New York.
Wait, where?
I played it right in St. Astor. Yes, St. Astor's?
St. Astor's, that's not a place. Astor Place?
Astor's Place. Astor's
Oh
Place.
my
we
god.
go.
Do you even live in
Anyway,
that city?
They had Michael Jackson's
Who is this guy?
like arcade adventure.
St. Astor's.
And you
That
got
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, whatever.
Go ahead,
I'm thinking
continue,
St.
Kevin.
Alps and Astor's Place is the same thing. And you were Michael Jackson with laser eyes, saving children from robots. It was like the craziest thing.
All right, so
And that's what I did.
as
Saturday night.
a former New York City resident and East Villager, I used to go to Astor Place frequently. I need to know where in Astor Place this place is. And anybody from New York
Too many
needs
places.
to go to this place.
Too many places.
Well, it's just below 9th Street.
So it's on 8th Street?
Astor's Place is it's stopped on its own on the 6th train.
So it's
6, 4, 5, 4, 5, and 6, I think, actually.
yeah, that's correct. Okay, very cool. I'm excited to go back to New
And,
York and go to that barcade, because going to
Mortal Kombat
Brooklyn
1. Oh, no,
sucks.
sorry. Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3. They have Virtua Fighter. There's Tekken 3 there. There was a ton of great games, except they didn't have Street Fighter 2,
Oh,
and they had a Street Fighter 3 Rainbow arcade cabinet.
3 rainbow? That's not a thing.
is that the look at Jared? He does
not
not
a
give
thing?
a shit.
2
about-
rainbow. You got 2 rainbow edition. There's no 3.
Is that
Maybe it
the
was 2
where
Rainbow. I don't
it's
remember.
like hacked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not hacked. Capcom put it out as a
Okay.
patch, but it's like, well, actually, no.
Well,
the
it's
rainbow, no, the
not-
rainbow
it's
one
not
is hacked.
Street Fighter 3, it
Sorry.
literally just says 3 across the top,
Well, maybe
and
it
it
is.
feels weird.
Okay, it could be a hacked, like a home.
Yeah, it could be a hacked version.
Yeah.
Kubi, before we get to your introduction, can you go find your kitty?
Oh, that's a lot of. All right.
No. Kubi, just introduce yourself. Come on.
Oh, hey
Let's
guys,
just-
I'm Kubi.
just talk.
Do you guys like
Hey,
my?
I'm sure
My
the
silly
cat will
sweater.
wander over there at one point.
She'll
No,
get
she
over it.
might
I can
not.
go find her
She
at
might
some
not,
point.
and that would be tragic. Once we provoke her existence, she will continue to exist.
All right, so you guys want to hear a good story?
Yes.
This happened the day after Town Hall last week. I was driving home from a friend's house. I was on the highway, left lane, 75 miles per hour, and my hood decides to open up and hit my windshield.
Kubi speeding. bad role model. There.
No, I live in Nevada, so that's actually the speed limit on the highways. Anyway, besides. So my hood flips up onto my windshield. I can't see anything. Luckily, I'm fine. But so, car troubles. Car troubles in Kubi land. And other than that, I did some casting. A couple things, you know.
Yeah.
Kings of the Storm.
So if you want to fix
Heroes.
Kubi's car, hit that donation
Oh
button
my
at the
God.
bottom.
Hit that donation button.
No, like you said, casting.
Yeah,
this
we did some
weekend.
casting. And I saw that Forecourt Jester was very upset with Zoya. He did a very nice job with Shane Gucher this past Sunday. Casting the finals in that.
Why was Jester upset with me? I casted with Jester Saturday.
He says you did not mention it, and he is upset.
Oh,
Not newsworthy. I think it's newsworthy,
call
Jester.
out.
I think you guys did a very nice job. So kudos to all the
he wasn't
casters
mad at
this
me. I thought you were
past
saying
week.
he was mad at me.
Yeah, he is mad at you because that was during your introduction. You didn't even mention
Oh.
And you're basically
Rip.
you're a bad person.
I'm a bad person. Gonna drink more brew.
Well, I myself, I did some Christmas things. I watched.
it. Yeah, you've done very well for yourself here. This is
I've watched some Christmas things. Shout out to Kubi for buying stockings and firewood at my request.
at your request. That's great. That's funny.
Hey man, I'm the producer.
Okay.
And
Ugh.
no, we made it happen, guys. And so this past weekend we did in fast cast a lot of Heroes of the Storm.
Pass what?
Kings of the Storm on Saturday. We did a good. Kubi's just
This is gonna be a great show.
It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be the best show. So we did a good cast on Saturday. We unveiled our new production, our new draft. We unveiled our new overlay and our new talent screen, and we've received your feedback. And guys, thank you for all the like both complaints and praises for the overlay, because some people say it's too small, some people like it. People seem to like the draft in general. There are a few changes coming, and honestly, Phoenix, you are the producer. Phoenix Sniper, shoutouts to you in general for being basically my best mod and producer here on my channel.
That's a big claim.
No, he's constantly telling me
Okay.
what I'm doing
All right,
wrong.
all right,
It's
all right.
great. It's great. But we had some really good games this weekend. Kings of
I
the
don't
Storm.
think that's true.
Kings of the Storm qualifier number 6. There were some good games, dude. There were some good games. And
Jake didn't even let me joke. He just, like,
No jokes
he's all
tonight.
bad.
and then of course ESL. We only cast 3 games at ESL because their format is best of 1s.
Yeah,
And then
it goes
best
quick.
of 3s for the final, so it's just kind of like boom, 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 boom. But of course, those VODs were pretty fun. I mean, or those matches were fun, and the VODs are up.
Oh yeah, sorry, gotta interject. Cowboys beat the Eagles. It was freaking awesome.
Hey, Jared, we don't talk about physical sports here.
Physical sports. What is a physical sport?
We don't do that.
Oh, okay.
We don't do that. So
Excellent.
if you could kindly shove off, I'm gonna shove you.
Well, every time the Cowboys score more than 20 points, you get 50% off at Papa John's the next day.
Are you serious?
Oh, great. You get to buy 50% off terrible pizza. That's awesome.
Oh,
I'm so
excuse me.
excited.
Excuse
Rip
me,
sponsors.
Anyways, man, when Papa John's did a pizza party thing on esports for EG and stuff, you remember that?
I bought so many Papa John pizzas that
Me
week.
too.
Cheddar.
When Papa John's pizza, I was like, oh, I realized why I never ordered this pizza
I love
before.
Papa John's. Their pizza's good.
Well, Jared, I'm
Never
really
lived in
happy
New
for your
York, son.
Cowboys.
Well,
That's
Because
true.
you never
I'm
lived
so
in
happy
New York.
for
this is the point where shoutouts are done and I talk about the itinerary of the episode, and it doesn't exist. We're just going to be talking about heroes.
Cheddar.
Yes.
So once again, guys, leave us your questions on Reddit, Twitter, the whole deal. And
Can we just start big?
Yeah, let's start big.
Let's start big. Let's talk about Viewbotting.
Oh, all right. This is the segment of the show. Jared's soapbox.
Jared
sorry,
soapbox. Jared, take it away.
Yeah.
Okay, so recently it was just exposed that Eggy Hotz is a Viewbotter. Thanks
Get
to
out.
Nick, get out. Thanks to Nick Hotz and
No,
VPs.
no.
to-
Let me take over the stream here.
Oh my gosh.
If you're a Viewbotter, in any community, this is my public announcement to you. Get out. Just stop. You're not wanted. Your existence is pretty much harming other people on Twitch and any kind of platform. And you might think, hey, this benefits me, but yeah, sure, it might benefit you, and you might be doing something beneficial for yourself, but you're hurting other people. And we've had this whole conversation before. Corey's actually reading the paper.
You're not even doing a benefit to yourself. You're not. You're really not. Like, everybody thinks that you are. And you look at somebody like Icebox, and look at how many viewers he got. I'm really sorry to like call out like a single name because I never ever do this, but Brew has gotten to me. You look at somebody like Icebox, and I saw him go live, and you know how many viewers he got? He had 23. And look at how many favorites he got from Viewbotting. You're not doing a benefit to yourself. You're not doing a benefit to your to anybody else. You're not doing a benefit to this community.
You're not kindling this flame of Heroes of the Storm. You see this flame? This flame is out with Viewbotters. And with, you know
what Viewbotting does? It hurts everybody, yourself including.
Okay.
And it's you think you're going to get like some sort of payback for the money you're spending on Viewbotting, and you're not, because
look at
it doesn't count for CPM.
I will say,
So,
Jared,
so
a nicely written post that I saw referenced many times in the Hearthstone forums.
yeah.
how much
You had a
longer
good
till the Mothership Dude comes to the Nexus? Question from Kiora. Mothership Dude will be joining
Jake,
the
we
Nexus.
need to finish this.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta close the point out.
So
wrap it up.
I wanna
Jared,
bring up a
soapbox time. Go ahead.
That was not. This was not posted publicly. So Electro Darts, I'm just gonna go ham. Electro Darts is a Viewbotter. He's #1 on Twitch right now for Heroes. He's a Viewbotter.
Like
Screw
at
that
this
guy.
moment?
He's a piece. Yeah, he's streaming right now. He's
Hey,
#1
Electro
right now.
Darts, get out.
Get out. Yesterday.
Get out.
Yesterday, Sheth tuned into the stream and saw Grubby in the chat.
I saw that. I saw that.
Grubby is a former StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3 pro. Maybe he's still can StarCraft. I don't know. But he saw Grubby. He messaged Grubby like, "Hey, what's up?" And like Grubby's like, "Oh, well, checking out this Heroes game, and I don't really like it right now. I'm not going to tune in again." And Sheth informed him that was a Viewbotter. But like someone like, even if it's just not Grubby, any random person, but
that's
Grubby said
like
he
the
didn't
best
like the game
example.
on that stream.
If you guys don't know who Grubby is a former Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2 pro gamer, Warcraft 3 world champion. The guy is honestly a legend in Blizzard esports. He is by far one of the most successful gamers to ever exist, and he's handsome and like
Nice.
and he's just an awesome dude. He's really just an awesome dude. And Cassandra, his wife, she is just as awesome as he is. And Grubby and Cassandra, they play games a lot together, and I guarantee you they watch streams together. And for him to come into Heroes of the Storm and see, like you said, he clicks the top stream. And like our story that we heard from Chef, he clicked on the top stream and he saw, I guess you said Electro Darts? I don't know who the streamer was. He saw a Viewbotter, and it was like poor quality. It's not even just the gameplay is poor, but the quality of the stream is poor. And he's turned off by that. How many other viewers are just like, okay, this is the top stream, I click on it, I'm turned off from it. So that's the big problem with Viewbotting. Jared, continue your drama section.
Oh, that was it. That's all I wanted.
I think
to
you
know.
just took everything.
I'm sorry.
That was his.
Yeah,
that was his whole
Corey's
post.
Like,
All right, guys. All right, now.
Here go soapbox, Jared, and then Jake like boom.
Jake soapbox. It's gonna be like that
Here's what
the
we
entire
do. Here's what we
time.
do.
Get ready for it.
I just tweeted, if you're a Viewbotter in Blizz Heroes on Twitch, hashtag get out.
Ooh.
So if you ever see somebody and you think that they're going to be a Viewbotter, then we start doing hashtag get out.
You know, my girlfriend just said in chat.
Compliments of solid Jake.
Okay, first of all, at least get proof of that.
Yeah,
Can we
prove
just
it.
not start
Prove it, of
pitchforking
course.
people randomly?
Well, no.
There's some people that's like,
I will say Electro Darts had 300 followers and 400 viewers. That's
I
like
mean,
not,
yeah, obviously that doesn't
that's
make
not possible.
There's
I
some
saw
people
that,
where it's
so
very obvious. But
I'm okay to
yeah.
throw him under the bus. But my girlfriend Allison, shoutouts, says Jake has a secret love for Grubby. Well, that's a fact, and I will not try to deny that. Moving on with the show. What are you boys drinking? I'm drinking brew.
I'm drinking some brew, man. I just had a very condensed,
brewage.
small cup size of brew. It's pretty good.
So, if anyone did not know, this is in fact our special end-of-the-year episode, Christmas episode, holiday episode, whatever you want to call it. And it is our first ever drink. And I need to kill this Christmas music so bad. Oh my god.
No,
Guys,
what? It's
guys,
so good.
guys, let's talk about something really serious right now.
Esports?
How bad Diablo is?
Let's talk about something- No, not that.
I
Talk
like
about something
Corey's
real
reaction
serious
to
right
that.
now. Let's talk about Viewbotters. I feel like we haven't addressed this.
You know, each time I have to put my cup on a table above my entire equipment setup,
Gets more and more dangerous.
each sip gets more dangerous. Well, let's transition to another topic. Now, this past weekend in Heroes of the Storm, you can't hear the music anymore? I guess it's kind of low.
Didn't you turn it down?
I turned it down, but I guess I can't hear it at all.
What do you want?
You
turned it down so that
I
you...
totally forgot what I was gonna originally say. Let's talk about something really serious.
I
right
was
now,
gonna
guys.
say,
It is the first night of Hanukkah. Shout out to all my Hanukkah bros, gals out there.
That's
Hanukkah, of
awesome!
course.
How did I not know this? That's
Dude,
fantastic.
Yeah, I found this out today.
That's fantastic.
I know. Why would you figure Jake?
What?
Jared said I figured Jake would know.
You figured I would know?
Anyway,
for a lot of
it's
for
the
whatever
Hanukkah-
reason, I used to work in retail, and I used to work in a Jewish town, and they would constantly ask if I was Jewish.
Proving my
Apparently,
point.
people think I'm Jewish.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah,
Proving my point.
no. So that's what you're right. I mean, that's why I can agree with that assumption. A lot of people, because I have curly dark hair. So
Yeah, and
it's
your
often
last name's Kalinsky, and your nose is really big.
facts. These are all
Hey.
facts. These are all facts. But yeah, no. I'm surprised I didn't know that because like I said, I worked in a really Jewish community for a long time, and I mean, it was just, I don't know. I feel like I should know this. I feel wrong. But
I want to
Happy
shout out this
Hanukkah.
guy's name.
Wait, do you
but
say Happy Hanukkah on the first day or the last day?
why is the guy on the bottom right wearing a lampshade on his head? Can we get an explanation for that? I can't shout your name out, sorry.
It's not a lampshade, it's a Christmas hat.
It's a Christmas hat. Definitely not a lampshade. Swear to God.
Okay. Allegations.
so switching to some Heroes of the Storm discussion, we can talk about
Oh,
Nazeebo.
Hanukkah's tomorrow. Kev lied.
No, it's tonight.
That's
I
what
was told it was tonight.
Lord Shotgun says December 17th.
God,
Hanukkah.
why does everyone call me Jack Egg now? I hate
Yeah, it's
this.
your Jack Egg.
Dude, it's great. Possibly because I put
Alright.
it absolutely everywhere on the posts.
I blame Holinka
Okay.
more than anything. Holinka, I'm out for you.
Shots fired. Nazeebo.
Nazeebo. Now,
December 16th.
so wait. All right.
December
Silence.
16th.
Silence. Prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. One. No.
No, it's
One.
done now. It's...
2, 3.
Oh!
Yeah, that took so much effort.
I did. Why'd you do the countdown? I was
I don't
ready.
know.
I was
You were ready. You were too ready though. They weren't ready.
All right.
Hey, boys.
Egg boys.
So,
It's
Nazeebo's pick.
boys.
2 weeks ago, we had a big patch here in Heroes of the Storm. I need to turn this music down.
it was only 2 weeks ago, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
2 weeks.
Dang.
2 weeks ago, we had a big patch that nerfed quite a few heroes, and it buffed a few heroes as well. But Nazeebo saw no change himself. I almost said herself because I always say her.
Yeah, you do
Nazeebo.
that a lot.
But even with the nerfs to Tassadar and changes to Anubarak and changes to Nova, it was enough to make Nazeebo a really, really powerful pick. Now, in Kings of the Storm Weekly number 5, we actually saw Nazeebo. We're talking 5 last weekend. We saw Nazeebo be a very common pick for Cloud9 Maelstrom, and for the first time ever, Cloud9 Maelstrom was the first team to ever beat Symbiote Gaming in a tournament, and ultimately ended up taking the title, defeating Symbiote for the first time in the history of competitive heroes. Now, fast forward to this past weekend, Symbiote wasn't at their full strength, and Symbiote had Glaurung as both a sub and their shot caller, because Dreadnought is typically their shot caller. Dreadnought has computer issues. Shoutouts to Dreadnought's ripped computer and not being able to play the game right now. And we continued to see Nazeebo play all week long, but actually we saw it a ton out of Symbiote, the team that lost to Cloud9 Maelstrom, who was using Nazeebo. So, serious discussion for a change. Jared, how do you feel about Nazeebo and Nazeebo's existence? Because you're a long,
gonna say, are you kidding me?
long time
He's so
Nazeebo
excited.
player. You're like day one.
Do you see that face?
Heroes of the Storm came out into alpha before Kubi and I were even in. Jared and Kevin got in like a week and a half prior to us. And Jared's like, Nazeebo's the best character in the game. This is what he said.
Did he say that?
Pretty much.
Confirmation?
He nodded his head. He nodded his head.
He's got this like really like
You
unconfident smile.
You loved Nazeebo.
Yeah, he's the most fun hero, but I don't know if I never said he's the best.
All right.
Let me put words in your mouth.
Murky's the best.
Okay.
hero.
Hey, Jared, soapbox, go.
Okay, so it actually doesn't feel very good because, like, imagine if like you were to say something like, "Emerald Wind is good when no one's using it." Like, it's just agreeably bad, and then it like suddenly like the meta shifts and becomes good. That's not like something you should feel good about. You know, getting right. Like, accidentally being right is not something you should feel accomplished about. So I really don't feel that good about this. I mean, it's like kind of like it's a win-loss. Like, yes, Nazeebo's good. I love seeing him played, but it's like accidentally being right. It doesn't feel very good.
Can we talk about the callouts right now? Because I feel like the callouts are fucking real.
Oh my goodness, Jared.
Woo.
So, you know, it feels good, but it also hurts.
It's weird because, like, I feel like a lot of people think that he doesn't do that much damage just because a lot of his talents, you don't see the direct damage, yet you see his spiders and his frogs. Like, even if they get like one tick on one enemy, it's
can you name his abilities for spiders and frogs?
Spiders and frogs.
On the spot.
Good job.
Is it poisonous frogs and
venomous toads? I think.
No.
Venomous toads?
I don't know. I mean,
No, that's a
plague of toads.
plague of toads.
Curse of spiders, I think.
God, you guys.
I
Are
think
so
it's
much
curse of spiders and plague of toads.
I thought it was jar of spiders.
Kubi,
I can't believe I got
Kubi,
those
you
right.
That's my job. I should know these
You're
things.
promoted. You're promoted. The analytical cast.
Hey, all right. And the wolf says, Nazeebo will be strong as long as Muradin and other interruptible or it's cut off channeled heroes aren't around to stop the spirit. We did see a lot of Nazeebo Muradin bans. We'll back that up.
Yeah.
And then in the Sunday tournament, ESL, rip.
From what I've
production
talked about with teams, even like against like Muradin like is really good against Nazeebo, but it's not something that like if you see a Muradin pick, you can't pick Nazeebo. They're like
that's
like
true.
some teams still think Nazeebo is good enough even against like a Muradin and stuff right now.
No, he's very strong. I mean, just the fact that he requires you to take Muradin, that's saying a lot. At least in his current meta.
I mean, we've seen so many different things attempted against Nazeebo. We've seen Brightwing, where she uses both Poly and Emerald Wind, and we saw a lot of really, really strong plays. Kubi's showing off his mug. Now, I have a Hearthstone mug en route, but it's been ripped. But, you know, we were talking about Nazeebo, and we saw the Brightwing counter, both Poly and Emerald Wind. We see Emerald Wind literally used for the max range of Emerald Wind to knock Nazeebo out of the spirit.
Yeah.
And that was actually like some of the most success we've seen out of it. It seems like a really inefficient way to use Emerald Wind, but considering how much power that ability has, but it worked.
Well, I mean, it's, you know, Emerald Wind has always been a really strong disengage tool, and disengaging from a Ravenous Spirit is pretty much the best thing you could possibly ever really wish for in any type of massive engagement.
Christmas wish.
So really, I have to say that using Emerald Wind, as long as you're sure that it's going to knock a Nazeebo out of his Ravenous Spirit, especially in the first second or so, is definitely most certainly worth. No matter even if you're like kicking out other people and being able to give your team a little bit more of an advantage. If you could just knock that as Nazeebo from getting that Ravenous Spirit, you can even just break off and then engage 2 seconds later, and Witch Doctor is going to be completely useless.
It looked like you were trying really hard to say that, Kevin. You were just like just staring at one spot, like trying your hardest.
I am actually trying really hard
So just
to make thoughts right now.
I could tell. It was funny the moment you got like a sentence in.
Just an update on
was
Kubi.
awesome.
Now, Kubi ran away.
Is that right or wrong, though?
No, you're right. You're right.
No, I'm right, right? Okay. Just making sure.
A lot of teams are starting to think, though, like, even if Ravenous gets interrupted within, like, a second, that Nazeebo's damage is still good enough to have as a pick. Just because, like, most of the time, even if you get it off and, like, if a Nazeebo is positioned well enough to get off a good Ravenous, the amount you have to extend to interrupt him even if you get them within a second, it's worth enough to like your team should be able to capitalize for it. Like most teams don't even think it's that big of a deal if you get interrupted immediately.
Can you stop talking about the game we're talking about really quick? Can I interrupt?
If you think that the 1 second of Ravenous Spirit is worth the interruption, I think I completely disagree with you.
No, not that it's. Oh, you mean like for someone diving in, or from the Nazeebo team's point of view?
The Nazeebo's point of view.
No. What they're saying is, even if that happens, though, his damage is good enough on its own outside of that to where that it's not the end of the world, that they can still stay in the game.
I disagree though, because I mean I think like what of his other damage at that point?
Keep it up, boys. I'll be right back.
Okay. He's got his corpse spoilers. He's got his
spoilers.
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 Spoilers. He's got his spiders and his toads. But even then, like, they don't really do that much damage as long as you're actually kind of conscious of where they are, and they've got really, really long cooldowns on both of them. His auto attacks, I think, are the only things. Yeah, I know.
Why does Kubi have hair? Arthalon. Oh, that was Arthalon.
Yeah. So I have to say that I think his abilities are really good on engaging enemies, because those spiders and those toads will do their max damage, as well as get your ticks of toxins in. But on a team that you're trying to engage upon, I think an Emerald Wind or any type of disengage at all is actually really, really strong.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So
this is turned into the Kevin and Zoya show, by the way.
Yeah, at this point.
Which were the only important ones anyway. Like, we're the ones that generate the viewers.
Play the game well. This could be our secret.
This is why Jake and Corey are on the show, because of the cat.
But still, like, Nazeebo is good in a lot of different ways. I mean, he's got his zombie wall as well. The thing is really whether or not you get your zombie wall off well enough.
I mean, a good Nazeebo should be able to, and it's the fact that he's just such a threat.
The question is it a good Nazeebo is able to get his zombie wall off, or is it a good player who's able to dodge the zombie wall?
Well, it's a mix of both. I mean, the thing is, though, good Nazeebos are... I'm starting to slur. The good Nazeebos are really good at just being positioned as well. So, like, if you're going to go for the interrupt, you have to dive deep. Like, that's just where I see... Like, that's when I see, like, a really impressive Nazeebo play, is when they're... I'm going to do a call out right now. When I was watching March play Nazeebo, he was at the front line all the time.
Wow, rip March, stop playing Nazeebo.
March. But when I see, some, like, Arthalon's Nazeebo, he's really, he stays in the back line.
iDream's another really, or sorry,
yeah,
is it?
iDream.
Jinte.
Jinte,
Sorry. That's where we saw that play where Kevin freaked out.
One of
those guys.
Wow.
One of those guys. Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I it's one thing that we can at least pass on to our viewers is that if you're a witch doctor and you're in the front line,
you're wrong.
Wrong.
Hashtag get out. You're just as bad as Viewbotting.
Hashtag get out. You're just as bad as a Viewbotter in this game. Yeah. So, Jake, Kubi, what are your thoughts on the subject?
Well, Nazeebo in general seems really strong, and Nazeebo...
The mount is so good, dude. Like, I love that mount.
Nazeebo. But a lot of people seem to be struggling to find that counter, and it seems like teams are thinking maybe a little bit too hard to find that counter. Now, Muradin being mass banned out of a couple of events led a few teams to think that Muradin might be the answer to it, because Muradin can both launch with Dwarf Toss to get over a lane, over maybe some, kind of whatever they have to get around, and to get on top of Nazeebo to throw that stun in there. But there's still a lot of options. Like, I still think, like, I guess the big inherent problem with Nazeebo is the fact that Tychus is so commonly banned out, and Tychus's grenade is one of the biggest counters to Nazeebo. It's a ranged disruption. And how many other range disruptions exist? Well, Brightwing's Polymorph is one, but it's pretty short range. Tyranda's E, also very short range. But I actually think Tyrande is a solid pick here against Nazeebo. Now, Nazeebos get really, really far back, and they cast Ravenous Spirit. And that puts Tyrande in an awkward position, but Tyrande, how often is Tyrande? I mean, she wants to be in the far back as well, so it's hard to say. It's something I'd like to see tooled with, but it's
I don't think it's hard to say. I think she's not a good counter.
Well, we've seen a Nubarak attempted.
Corey.
We've seen a Nubarak attempted and failed. I think Muradin is probably the best we've seen. I think Muradin and Brightwing are probably the top two counters to Ravenous Spirit as a heroic. But really? Kubi, what are your thoughts?
if this means that we see the Hunt Judgment combo more often,
Well,
I'm all for
yes,
it.
that's.
I'm gonna hang up soon.
That was something we did see. I think it was 2 arc. That was the combo that they went with in game 3 of finals for cutscenes.
It's.
It was working for them. They were able to get to the late game.
I think
like
Judgment is.
Guys, I don't mean to call all of you out, but none of you are really counting in warriors. We've got Stitches, who's got
Stitches is quite good.
He's got a slam.
He's very heavily picked right now, I would say.
Stitches is very good,
But Tyrael.
Yeah.
I
said Judgment.
He said Tyrael.
I said Judgment.
You've got Chen.
I think Chen.
What?
Chen's not an answer.
Chen
to
is nothing.
Chen has no interrupts.
Chen literally can't interrupt. He literally cannot. Even if you get barrel, he cannot interrupt. Period.
Yeah, it just pushes Nazeebo.
He cannot
interrupt
stop.
Ravens.
Chen is the worst pick.
Wait, can we rewind to last week's episode?
Oh.
So we had a quick segment.
I thought
segment.
thought flying kick was a stun.
No.
It's a root. It's a root.
So last week we talked about the barrel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They're off the show.
It is-
Moving
it-
on.
It is a root. You can talent into it at level 7. Flying kick goes to a root. Yeah, it would be nice. Just Kevin, we'll see you later. It was really nice doing the show with you.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good year. It's been a good run, and you tried. But as a tank main, I'm. So Tyrael.
I literally never played Chen. I never played.
No, he's
Chen.
a tank.
Oh,
main.
okay. I was like, what?
He's a tank main. Yeah. So flying stuck. Judgment is huge. And the Hunt, I feel like Metamorphosis is so much better than the Hunt as it currently stands. Like, taking the Hunt on Illidan is almost like, okay, I'm going to suicide to stop, Ravenous Spirit.
It wasn't really necessarily a dive strat.
Guys, for that mistake, I'm sorry. I have to do condensed brew.
Condensed brew.
Condensed brew. What a man! There he goes. Koopy's kitty is actually currently dancing around our feet. Gonna try to entice her to come on my lap.
So, that said, Kevin, it was a good point. I do believe that the Warriors, but as a whole, are pretty good.
I want to follow up on the Tyrael option.
Diablo, though.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes. No. Yes, I'm with Kevin.
That is the Tyrael option. The problem is, I'd say only about a third of the games right now we're seeing double warrior comps. Tyrael's not a good single warrior. He's way too squishy on his own. We've seen that time and time
I don't know if
again
that's
where he
true.
just gets blown up.
Double warrior in competitive was not very, very common this past weekend.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of double warrior at all.
It's been really uncommon.
It's been single warrior, and I don't think Tyrael's the best single warrior option. That's why we don't see him as much.
I agree.
You're right.
Really quick.
That's why I think the Tyrael option, like we've seen, I've seen Stitches and Chen and Stitches and Murd in a lot of combo because Stitches does great damage. But if you don't have Stitches, I don't think you can pick Tyrael, and those two kind of like counteract each other a little bit. I don't know.
I have to disagree there because I feel like if you have an Uther and a Tyrael, like if you are able to pick up an Uther, I think you can have a Tyrael. And
if you go Uther Tyrael, you just get Emerald Win, and neither like that like.
Yeah, but I feel like if you have Uther Tyrael, you don't have to worry about having another warrior because you have two really beefy, tanky.
Uther is a warrior. We saw this 2 weeks ago.
Uther.
Oh yeah, that SMG did. Speaking of warriors that shouldn't be warriors, we saw 2 arc run
Illidan, the warrior.
Illidan Metamorphosis.
Hey, I like that.
And an Ultralisk as a tank as well.
It was cool, man. I like that strategy.
So,
it was neat.
Just to kind of explain it, they did a very specific build where they made Illidan invincible, where...
Okay, it takes a lot of heroes. And they're all like heroes that are good, but not super heavily picked, which is why it kind of worked out. But go ahead, continue.
Well, it's mainly Abathur and Tassadar
and Rhaegar
that make it
so
happen.
It's like, you're kind of looking at like 4 out of 5 heroes.
So you get the leech out of Tassadar, and you get the leech out of Abathur from their damage.
Tassadar's level 4 shield talent, 20% of auto attacks.
And then you get the Abathur shield heal.
Yep, yeah, that's a level 7
and then
talent.
you get ancestral healing. So Illidan gets like so very much self healing, and God, Jingle Bells is killing me
very
right
much. Now. Such healing.
And then you have Ancestral on top of that.
Healing.
Regardless,
and
yes.
And makes Illidan into this damage dealer that is in your face and doesn't have to back up. He doesn't have to back out.
Yeah.
He stays there and just continues wrecking your face. And it was a really creative, impressive play that we saw out of Tuark. Tuark Iliad.
They got to the finals.
Tuark Iliad playing Illidan, because their name is basically Illidan. And Corey's gone. It's good nice knowing you. We've ripped 2 members of our show tonight. I don't know why Kevin's still here.
Alright, bye, Kubi. What just happened?
When Jake and Corey, or like I guess even me, when we're talking for like 2-3 minutes straight, I want chat to like just watch Kevin and how hard he's trying to focus. You just see
So
him like
hard.
he's just like, and then he'll like start to sway a bit, and it's so funny to watch.
So Jared, I mean, Shem2's a few brews in. Shem2,
I'm a good amount of condensed brews in, plus normal brews in.
He started the pre-show like an hour before
I
us.
started the pre-show at 7:30. Like, an hour and a half before we actually even started.
all right, host.
So, as a transition,
Yes.
we started the conversation on Nazeebo. Question from Reddit was from I saw it. Someone asked, if someone can find the question because I'm having trouble reading right now. They asked, who is our favorite heroes?
What?
Since Nazeebo was the original topic, Nazeebo has been my favorite hero for a long time. Kevin, why don't we go ahead and get yours out of the way since we all hate it?
We all know this one. It's Diablo.
Who asked
I've been
that?
playing Diablo since the dawn of time. In fact, I played another pro player.
Unnamed.
Quotations. Pro player who was trying to play Diablo. And let's talk about how demolished they were after trying to play against my Diablo. It was Diablo versus Diablo. Wasn't even a single point of contention. I was at least 30% above them in every single aspect. Experience gained, damage dealt to heroes, damage dealt in siege. Wasn't even a question. My Diablo, undeniably the best.
Before Jake and Corey answer, the question wasn't what your favorite hero was. It was your favorite hero interaction quote. I just stopped reading at hero. So we'll re-answer that question later. But Jake, who is your favorite hero in game? Oh, okay. We can tell. He's got a big Brightwing on his shoulder. That's
Jared.
actually Brightwing's a fairy dragon.
This is a fairy. This
Yes,
is a limited edition fairy dragon from Comic-Con. But I'm a big fan of Brightwing. I think she can really change a battle. She's got a lot of power. She's got a lot of mobility. I like everything about her kit. I like the fact that she has an instantaneous polymorph, which is an interruption, effectively removing someone from a fight for 3 seconds. Can't cast any abilities, do any damage period for 3 seconds. And she's just like really, really, really strong. She's such a unique healer. I think she's the most unique healer in the entire game because all her heals are done as a pulse. And it's like her focus isn't healing. Her focus is more like being at the right place and polymorphing at the right time.
What happened?
Is it the news comment? It is. News. Nope, I'm not saying it loud. Continue about Brightwing and how Brightwing is amazing. Because nobody should say that aloud.
Okay. Anyways,
Brightwing, good hero.
Brightwing's great. She's really strong. I recently started playing her again, and my win rate after 23 games is 78%, so I'm pretty happy about that. Jared is actually done and off the show. You're all off the show at this point. So for Town Hall 2015, I'm looking for 3 new co-hosts. It's gonna be great, and I'm looking for those 3 new co-hosts. So send your applications at my Twitter account, and all right, guys.
Rip.
Get out. Hashtag get out.
This fire is really hot.
I can't table flip hard enough.
Okay, Jake, continue your Brightwing talk.
No, she's
done.
great, and she's my favorite hero, and that's my answer.
All right, I'm really curious as to what Kubi's is, because we all 3 knew each other's. Actually, I was kind of expecting Tyrande from Jake, but Brightwing makes sense too.
Tyrande! I would pick Rhaegar over Tyrande. Tyrande's like number 4, maybe.
Who's number 3?
Mouth.
Okay.
Kubi.
Solid Jack. Eh?
Oh God, ZK, you're
Yes.
the worst.
You know, I'm having a hard time
Corey.
answering this question, to be honest with you. It depends on the
I
patch. It really depends on the patch.
Yo, there's a guy
Okay, in
named
the
Jared.
history of
there's
this game, including every patch.
Oh, every patch?
Yeah.
period.
Let's just do that.
I guess Stitches.
Really?
Stitches.
I was expecting Sonya from
I
I'm
expected
ashamed.
Yeah.
Stitches.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's.
No,
Come on,
Okay,
guys.
so BlizzCon 2013, last year's BlizzCon, not this past year. This kid falls in love with Stitches, head over
Yeah,
heels
Stitches
for
is-
Stitches, and was literally obsessed with him. So
Him. We're talking about Sonya. Nice.
her.
Yeah.
So Sonya is
All right.
actually the real winner. Here.
So
Yeah, let's
because
just-
that
Yeah,
was
I don't know,
exactly
there's-
who you had in mind.
there's like 6 heroes that I really like. Okay, so we got Sonya, Hammer, Jake's destroying the lamp. Sonya, Hammer, Stitches, Chen.
Production lighting.
Please stop.
production.
Who else? Chen, Arthas. I don't know. There's too many good
Shut
heroes.
up. Pick one. God.
All right.
God.
Hammer.
Hammer.
Sergeant
okay.
Hammer. That's it.
So
And
to
a queen.
re-ask
Pick
the
Sergeant
correct
Hammer.
question-
Shh.
That's it.
To re-ask the correct question,
Eh.
it was from Max Power 98. Now, guys, if you want to go to our Reddit thread, go
Wait.
to Our Heroes of the Storm.
If you guys
post
ever
questions
watched,
there.
if you ever watched Initial D, Max Power.
Jared, I was very interested in hearing what you had to say.
Max Power 98 asks to all of you, what is your favorite hero interaction quote? For me, it's Jaina and Murky. I don't remember the exact quote, but she goes something like, "Oh, you're a cute little thing," and he just goes, "Blah, blah, blah," and she's like, "Oh."
That's your murky
Okay.
impression? Can we have another one of those, please? That's not what I heard the first time. I heard blah blah blah, like something to that. But can we hear the first one?
Blah, blah, blah.
Come on, no.
I don't remember it, dude. I
Yeah.
can't remember what happened. Yeah, this-
So
Alright,
yeah,
alright.
so yeah, you swallow your own tongue at the same time.
I can't do that.
Taken out of context, the audio, please.
So, what are your guys' favorites? Kev, do you have one?
My favorite interaction is when I select Diablo and he goes, "Yo, what's up, Sam Shoe?"
Okay, let's
Slam 2?
try again.
Slam 2.
Slam 2.
Nope, that's it.
Try
That's it.
again.
I have all my voices off. I don't really hear these things, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, Jake, do you have one?
I like it. I like any of the interactions with Mouth and Illidan. They're just like, brother. They're just really angry at each other all the time. And all of their interactions in general, because I'm a big fan of, like, okay, when back in 10 years ago, in 2004, 2004, when I started playing World of Warcraft, my first WoW character was a Night Elf. And I've always been a fan of Malf. And I just poured 3 brews into this. This is a World of Warcraft Stein. I'm gonna try to pour.
Oh god, I just saw Kevin.
I have an actual answer to this question, actually.
I'm gonna try to pour this.
In Hearthstone, when you play, oh crap, Karen, there we
Karen
go,
Water.
against
Karen.
Garrosh. Yeah, and he goes, Garrosh, you are not fit to rule the Horde. That's my answer.
What are some other? God, you're
Yeah,
nothing
Arthas have
Hearthstone.
some fun
You're the
ones.
worst.
Tyrande and Illidan have some fun ones. Tyrael and Diablo have some cool ones.
Tyrone and Diablo. What are they talking
Yeah.
about? They talk about playing scribbage.
Scribbage? That's
Jake
not
it
a
out.
thing. You can't say scribbage. What is that?
Scribbage.
What is
Is a
scribbage?
mix between
It's something my
Quidditch
grandma plays.
and cribbage.
Scribbage? No, not a thing.
It's like when you do scrimmages, but with Quidditch, like you're Harry Potter.
All right.
Oh, this is the worst episode of anything I've ever
Oh.
done. Oh,
Do you guys like my sweater?
Oh dear God.
You like my
I was
sweater?
I was a little worried that my sweater wouldn't come in time, but look at this.
So Kubi's actual shipment of his sweater said it would come tomorrow,
Yeah.
and he happened to just look outside on our porch, and there it was, glorious, glowing, and
Glorious.
waiting for his existence.
Mhm.
And here he is, wearing neon Santa, covered in maybe hair.
No. Yeah.
So while we like Jake does his weird rants, we're gonna We're gonna answer another question. It's from Dead Rabbit 303. He's got a question here. How would you fix Diablo?
303 Dead Rabbits?
No, 303. Yeah. Dead Rabbit 303. Its question was, would you fix Diablo? My response is, you take his entire kit, you throw it, you roll it into a little ball, and you just throw it out the window and you start over. Because nothing about him.
My response is, you have people that aren't Sham 2 playing it that actually have talent, and then it'll actually see
the
some
ham
viability.
is real. I never attacked Kev personally, but Jake.
No.
There's no filter
actually, his point was you have everybody but Sham 2 play him, because when I play him, I wreck face.
That's why we see no competitive play, right?
Yeah, this guy, he knows what's up.
It's a good comeback.
That was well played.
Let's throw this one to Kevin, though, because he's actually... It's been so long since I've played Diablo. What do you... let's be serious here. What would you think would make Diablo go up a few tiers?
I think a lot of his talents and it's been his problem since he actually has been conceived. A lot of his talents should be embedded, and then a lot of his the talents should be add-ons to what actually already exists.
Can you give an example?
A good example would be his Shadow Charge is a very, very minor stun. It should be at least a slow afterwards, like how his Shadow Charge is buffed at level 13, because otherwise the problem is he really doesn't have that much. He doesn't have damage, and that's what really Arthas can already outdo him in, is that Arthas has 3 forms of CC, but he's got the damage. Diablo has 3 forms of CC, but he doesn't have the damage. His Apocalypse is already at 120-second cooldown.
Is it the longest in game?
It's the longest in game.
Yeah.
I think is Symbiote longer now?
There's a couple.
Ultimate Evolution.
Well, Symbiote could potentially be longer.
Yeah.
Ultimate Evolution.
For the most part, Diablo's Apocalypse is the longest in game. And for the most part, most people don't know how to use Apocalypse as well as somebody like I do. So in competitive, I can see it being actually really strong. Kubi, shut up.
I like Allison's spelling of apocalypse. Apocalypse.
So we go back to the flame stomp days where when it comes back.
When Kevin had to rely on a bug to win.
Firestorm, that's it. We need to go back to those days, right? That's when he had the damage.
Yeah.
Blues, please.
Remember the time we beat Idra with the bug? It was so sick.
Oh yeah, and then Idra raged at me for 10 minutes, at least, maybe 20 minutes.
I was there. I saw.
Yeah, in another Skype chat. But I mean, Apocalypse is really strong. It really is. The problem is that you have to grab battle momentum to actually make it worth it.
So I just want to shout out to
a lot of his trait, and his trait is a crappier version of Resurgence.
Now, Poom Daddy came into our chat as soon as the Diablo discussions began, and Poom says, "Lol." This is
Thank you. I saw that.
Constructed criticism.
Just want to let you guys know. It's for the YouTube VOD viewers.
Jared's like, oh,
so
how do I?
Lethal Diversion says, inform us, Kevin, how do you not suck when using Apocalypse? So here's a really interesting and difficult part on how to use Apocalypse.
Apocalypse!
You have to use Apocalypse. When your enemy has no choice but to run into it, at least 3 out of them. So if you're in a tight hallway, around a tribute, they have to escape from your Apocalypse. I'm just using Alice Brawlo's version of it. If two
How come
of
people
them,
tell it's a lampshade right off the bat?
the last 3,
It looks like a lamp.
to it, that's perfect Apocalypse.
Jared! What else would it be?
Is that obvious?
Oh my goodness.
Pretty goddamn obvious.
Okay, so again, guys, we're basically just going to be talking about whatever. So if you have questions for us, just link the Reddit thread. Go leave any questions that we're going to get through, as probably all of them, as many as we can. Don't leave questions in chat because we're kind of ranting on every question, so we're probably not going to be able to get to those. Just leave questions in the Reddit thread, and we'll get to them as can.
I hope your
Next
beer is
question
as big as mine, or your brew is as big as mine, because this is brew night here at Town Hall Heroes. They call me Brewmaster Jakus, Brewmaster Jack Egg, and
All right. I know this is a danger question. I know.
What's
This
your danger question, Jared?
it's a danger question because we've all had a lot of brew, but it's a balance question.
Oh,
now,
boy.
oh boy.
do you think
boy.
nerfing the? Oh, this comes from UCG Switchblade.
Switchblade.
I think I've seen it in the
Switchblade's
chat,
always
too.
in our chat, so Switchblade,
Switchblade.
shout-outs to you
Shout out
for
to
being
Shu.
a
Shout out to Shu, Switchblade.
a frequent viewer and valued member of the Heroes of the Storm community. Continue.
I'm
Zoloff.
not asking this troll question because no, but do you think nerfing the health of Odin would balance Tychus a bit more,
No.
or do you think he needs a whole range of tweaks? Let's throw it to QB first. QB.
I think if you just, I think the best way to tune him is to just slightly tweak his auto attack damage in Odin. Just start with that. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just tone it down a little bit. That's all. Sorry if it's a boring answer, but that's all you need to
I mean,
do.
I agree. I pretty much agree. I don't think that his health pool is like outrageous. Yeah, giving the second health pool is nice, and it's a big strength of him. But the fact that he has a second health pool and then a huge damage output on top of it. I mean, think about it. The times where we see Tychus be like really overpowered, more often than less, is Bloodlust and like Rhaegar, and like when he's pretty much invincible.
Yeah, and it comes down to autos. Like his autos are really strong, so when you're bloodlusted, it does a lot more damage. So just tone it down a little bit, maybe 10%. What is that face?
Kev did a yawn and he made like an extreme like.
That's my answer.
Kevin.
My answer for this is actually to lower his auto attack damage for Odin.
I hate you.
And drastically increase his amount of damage he does with his Q and his W.
Jared.
People look at me like,
Yeah, I made a face the moment you said that. Don't worry.
I know. But the
Hashtag
reason
get out.
why is because it doesn't receive as much auto attack benefit from Bloodlust and all the other things. So maybe not a drastic increase as much as Bloodlust would increase his auto attack ridiculousness, but an increase that makes it a little bit more salvageable. But for the most part, I want him to be able to use Odin proficiently, but at the same time not increase the most ridiculousness out of Bloodlust.
I think if you nerf his health at all in Odin, it would be problematic. I think.
Yeah.
Because like he gets so much from his Odin that if he just gets killed too easily, then that's just a huge nerf. I agree with the auto attack slightly being nerfed right now in Odin. I think that would be just like a good testing ground. But anything like I think it needs to be small tweaks here, and there, because like they've done with Tassadar. He's been slowly nerfed over time, and now he's finally like he's still very good, but he's not like god tier like before.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to move the conversation right to that because Tassadar is somebody who they actually threw a lot of nerfs at him, but
They threw a
he's
ton
still
of nerfs at him.
he's still good. He's picked often,
he's
like
great.
first, second, like so like
He-
they toned him down into a spot where it's like okay, he's still good, but he's not as broken as he was before. So just make some small changes to Tychus just like that.
And the thing about
That's what I wanna see.
Tassadar is like he's a little bit like he's still really, really, really good, but he's like only gonna be first pick. Well, not only, but he's a really strong first pick on Cursed Hollow. And we saw this past weekend. We saw, I mean, it was Glorious versus Integrity Gaming. And Glorious let the first tribute go pretty normal, but the second tribute, they actually just used Tassadar and they used Zeratul to stall out the tribute fight as long as they could. And the fact that Tassadar lost increased damage at level 1.
Where'd Corey go? Oh, he's still there.
Tassadar gained some increased range at level 1 on his Psystorm. He's now insanely good at zoning on a map like Cursed Hollow. So, what Glorious ended up doing is they used both Zeratul and Tassadar to really draw out a tribute, and they soaked all 3 lanes. While Integrity Gaming...
Jack Eggnog.
So I'm gonna go get some Jack Eggnog if you don't...
No, please don't.
I'm actually intolerant to eggs. I can't eat eggs. My stomach freaks
yeah.
out. So the Jack Egg thing has extra lol value. Anyways, So we saw Glorious really abuse Tassadar's increased range at level 1 on Cursed Hollow to extend and soak top and bottom lane, while the tribute was pretty much, it was the middle near the right side night camp on Cursed Hollow tribute spawn, and it was like really cool. It was like really smart stuff, and God, this Christmas music is actually killing me at this point.
Dude, why is this Christmas music still on?
I got yelled at for trying to turn it off.
Turn it off!
I'm turning it
Put
off.
on some, like, generic Blizzard music.
Yeah, our entire VOD's gonna get blocked on YouTube now. Okay, I like those answers. Thank you to whoever it was that asked the question. Switchblade.
Whoever
Okay.
it was.
Switchblade.
I
Thank
will-
you, Switchblade.
Spontaneous Kubi's questions time.
Oh God.
Oh, no!
Keep it real, Kubi.
Alright,
All right. I mean, it's not that fancy. What would you do
Wait,
to
hold on, before you go,
Arthas?
Kubi. Before you go, Kubi. Reddit thread, post it in chat. Questions there, guys. Go,
Yes,
Corey.
yes. All right. What would you do to Arthas? Because he's frequently banned out first. What would you tweak about Arthas? We saw a 2 mana per second reduction on his Frozen Tempest. Obviously not enough. He's still picked.
I would
or banned first.
Actually, would not like a Tychus nerf or an Arthas nerf at all at this point. Right now, we're really in desperation for good warriors.
That's true.
We have
I
a
like
very
that,
small
yes.
warrior pool right now that we can play with.
Warriors are awesome.
I don't
Buff all
think-
the Warriors.
I don't know. I might get hate for this. I don't think Arthas is so absurdly broken right now. I think he's in an a slightly stronger spot than a lot of heroes, but it's not something that, I don't know. If it's anything that gets a tweaked, it might just have to be a small, like, I don't know. I really am afraid of an Arthas nerf just because we're in such desperation for warriors right now that.
Please buff an Uberak.
Oh my
That's what he was
God.
trying to say.
I need, with this Kubi's questions dance, I'm gonna excuse myself for a minute. It's so good.
If you're gonna do anything with Arthas, I mean, like I want to like say maybe a slight damage nerf, but even then that makes him scared. Like that makes it could be so much worse.
It's true.
I can't hear you, Kev. What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just like, why did Jake just randomly leave? Here's my balance patch for Arthas that people are like, Shampoo, you're dumb. You're a dumb person and you should stop talking. Ready?
Oh,
Here's
wait,
my-
hold on. Before you go, Kev says that before every time he talks balance. They're gonna say I'm dumb.
It's true. It's true though.
He has
It's true,
wild
though. I
thoughts.
swear to God. I swear to God. Howling Blast reduced by 0.75 seconds.
What
Hang
do
on.
you mean the delay time in which it comes out?
No. Howling
Yeah.
Blast is root
Oh, you mean
enemies
the
within
amount of time it
target
roots.
yeah.
Okay.
I want the root reduced by 0.75. So it's just 0.75 seconds.
No.
No?
Right
You
now
want
it's
half the duration of his root.
it's a 1 second route right now,
the
right?
best root in the game? Yeah. I kind
That
of
would
want to
make
reduce
him.
that.
That would make him ridiculously useless. He's got so powerful in the early game that much time off his W would be a massive nerf.
I know. It'd be a massive nerf.
He doesn't
but
need a massive nerf.
He's the strongest warrior in the
But
game.
All right,
not
so
by an exceptional amount. Stitches.
His root right now is 1.5 seconds.
all right, so you want to see a 50% reduction to his Howling Blast route
Yeah.
time.
No, I'm sorry.
I think that is. I honestly think. Other than that, I think that's his really like his biggest drawing point is that early in the game, and throughout the game, you can root somebody for 1.5 seconds. That's ridiculous.
Pickle says this would remove Arthas from the game.
I agree completely. That would be
know
that
what?
much of a nerf would completely make him useless.
That would put him at the point of every other freaking warrior in the game.
Because
So
right now,
either
Arthas
you
is.
you take that. Let me put it this way: you take that down to 50%, and he's on the same level as every other warrior in the game. You don't leave it at that point, then you have to buff every other warrior to be as
Arthas-
effective. That
Arthas is not
1.5
that much better than Stitches and
1.5
Shed.
seconds, dude. That's a long ass freaking time to make a play out of.
I agree, but I mean, right now in the current, like, I don't feel Arthas is so much better than Stitches and Chen at this point. Like, yes, he's a good warrior, but
Yeah, he is
no, he's not.
way better.
He's better, but he's not like except that much better that you can almost do a 50% nerf on his root duration. That would be killer to him. Corey, what are you writing down?
Fine.
Nothing.
0.5. 0.5 seconds then.
Maybe, I don't know.
His root is
He is very powerful in the early game, which makes
the thing is his root leads to a frozen tempest. His frozen tempest leads to a reduced move speed buff.
Yeah. All right, Milkosaurus says, "What about taking Envenom away?
no.
Too much?
I like him being able to be a powerhouse bruiser type thing. I like that as an option.
I don't think Venom is his biggest thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I agree with that.
Well,
as
then it's not a big deal to take it away, right?" Kevin.
I guess. What are we gonna replace it with?
Can someone explain what this guy just said? Zoya, listen to Z, please listen to Zoya. Huh?
What?
No, I mean, what would you
What does that mean?
I don't.
What would you replace Venom with?
I wouldn't replace it with anything. I think it's a perfect talent. I think it works great for his kid. He's supposed to be.
No, it's the perfect talent. The other level 4 talents don't really make sense. So what would you replace it with?
You mean get rid of Envenom?
If you had to get rid of Envenom, what would you replace it with?
Gathering power.
What? I'm sorry.
If you're
what?
gonna do something stupid like removing Envenom, you might as well do something stupid like give him Gathering.
Let's
power.
give him Gathering Power, a hero that never dies.
Dude, think
That's
of the death
great.
coils. Like, what if Gathering Power scaled with the healing
come
from
on, man.
the death coil? That would be sick. I don't know.
No.
I mean,
My point is that he's in, and Nick Hotz put it perfectly. He's got insane CC, survivability, and damage. You have to get rid of one of them. Choose.
No, he says reduce one accordingly.
Yeah.
don't get rid of one.
Reduce one. Yeah. Well,
Reduce-
I mean, reduce one to the point that he's on par with the rest of the heroes.
It should be damage.
Do you want,
He's a
Do
warrior.
you want damage? Do you want damage and survivability? Then he's a bruiser. Do you want CC and survivability? Then he's a warrior or a tank. Or do you want survivability and damage?
I would take away some of his damage if I had to choose one
I
of the
think that's the
first.
easiest
CC
way
and
to.
survivability.
I think.
I like the way his kit is designed. I like the feel of his duration and stuff. If I also nerf anything, I would do his damage.
So you get rid of his damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you have 3 things. You have a CC and survivability. How does that compete with Diablo?
Huh?
How does that compete with Diablo? How does his survivability and his damage compete with Diablo?
They don't, because Diablo's bad. Or Diablo's doesn't compete with Arthas's.
Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, Diablo's bad.
Diablo's CC and survivability is worse than Arthas's?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, CC no. CC
Okay.
no.
All right.
Survivability
All right. Okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. That's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to know that you guys don't know anything about the game.
You
Wow.
obviously
Says
think
I didn't say anything,
you
Kevin.
obviously think Arthas has less survivability than Diablo?
No, I think he's on par.
On par. Army of the Dead puts
And
Arthas
Deathwing.
as on par as Diablo.
Amplified healing plus soul feast? Are you kidding me?
Well, the competitive
What's
hero
Soul
scene
Feast?
is picking Diablo so often for a very strong reason right now, guys.
That's not the point. Of the
Arthas is a
conversation.
very, very frequent pick that we see. And
You can't join mid-conversation and like go ham like that. You missed part of
He
it.
just goes in. I love it.
The point was if you were
He has no damage.
the point was if we were to nerf something from Arthas, we chose his damage. So that would mean he would be CC and survivability like Diablo. The reason Diablo was really bad because there's
more like
multiple
Diablo, more like Diablo butt. Because he's butt in this game right
Good
now.
one. Nice.
What Jake is having, because obviously you are messed.
reasons. Yeah.
Like the sustainability of
You see
Diablo
the size of this
and Arthas
brew?
is
You see
that
the
far
size
away
of this
from each other. Here's to you, Jake.
Nice brew.
Wait, you gotta be like Chen when you drink.
Here we go. All right, so I guess I have to call out of work tomorrow to take care of Jake.
So shout out to Dead Rabbit 303 for that question, guys. Again, we're answering questions in our Reddit thread. Head over to r/Heroes of the Storm. Give that thread an upvote. I know Phoenix has been posting the thing in chat, so you can probably see it when he does that.
Jared, we're gonna leave that to you because we have no access to Reddit right now.
Yeah, I've been handling it.
All right, awesome.
What
a guy.
So let's go ahead and ask a question for Kev. Are we done with that conversation?
I'm fine with that conversation. I mean, how would we buff Diablo?
I'd say
I feel like it's
damage if you don't nerf the other warriors.
I think a lot of it comes down. I don't know. Sometimes when I play, it's been a while. I haven't played him in the new patch with like a lot of the movement changes, but sometimes I feel like his kit does feel a little bit clunky when landing some of the combos. You have to execute it perfectly, and even sometimes it doesn't go off. Yeah. That's my biggest problem with Diablo, is that he's sometimes hard to execute and work. I think that would be the best start, is making that smoother, and then damage from there.
I completely agree.
Okay.
You agree 100%?
I agree 100%.
Good man. Good man.
So from And the Wolf, shout outs to him because we've seen him in chat. What type of hero is missing from heroes at the moment? Now that Jaina has started the introduction of mages, what other type of hero are you looking forward to see? I'm going to go ahead and start this because I've been wanting mages since the start. I don't feel like Jaina is a true mage compared to someone from League of Legends like Ahri or Lux. If we're going to call anyone a caster like that, I would say Falstad's the closest, followed slightly by Nova. I really don't feel like Jaina is a true mage, like from other games.
Did you just call Falstad, the False Father, the most mage-like hero in the game?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The False Father.
False dad.
False Dad.
Yeah,
Jake, I hate you more than anything. That's the worst joke I've ever heard. False Dad.
Yeah, he's well. I mean, you look at his kit. He has how much more range than Jaina on average for his damage output.
Well, right now I feel Jaina's more utility than like mage, like compared to other games. Like if you look at someone like Ahri or Lux from League of Legends, I don't know what heroes or Anivia. That's a good one. I don't know heroes from Dota, so if someone can make references to that. Chat's making me laugh. I think Falstad's the closest thing we have, but I think we're really still lacking mages. So I really want more mages.
I agree,
guys.
And we saw that in the last tournament. I mean, it's at the point right now where teams are able to outpick enough where SMG is like, oh crap, what hero do we take? We need damage, and there's nothing left.
Yeah. You're right.
And they had to take Raynor without Bloodlust. So
that Raynor.
That's a statement right there.
Yeah, Invoker from the. Oh, I don't know if someone's trolling. 'Cause he did a troll face, but.
Guys, if you want to see some sick selfies in my selfies,
is this actually happening right now?
Go to my Twitter in just a minute.
Is this like the Tim and Eric Austin show? You sound like what's the guy's name?
So Corey, you agree? You think we need more mages?
Oh yeah. More mages.
We know
I feel like the Warriors need to be a bit buffed too.
Yeah, we need more.
Not necessarily. No, the Warriors we have that are good right now, they're fine. We need to buff up. We need to buff up Diablo, etc.
Muradin.
Anubarak could use a slight tweak.
Anubarak needs to be buffed.
I don't know where Muradin is. Like, what does Blizzard want to do with Muradin? I want that answered first. Then I'll decide if he needs to be buffed or nerfed.
Yeah. But as far as mages go, Jaina doesn't feel like a true mage. I know Kev's played League of Legends. Like Jaina does not feel like an Ahri or anything like that. Falstad's again the closest thing we have. So if we're to add any hero to the game, I think we still need more mages. Jaina doesn't feel mage. Like she feels more like a support utility than anything else.
She feels like a really weak mage.
Whoa, yeah. Kevin's back.
Hey, Kev.
I'm back. Hey guys, sorry.
The question was with Jaina being added, we have more mages. What type of hero do you think needs to be added next? And Corey and I talked about how we still think we need more mages because Jaina really didn't feel that perfect mage vibe.
If she had more range, she would.
Yeah, more range probably would help her a lot.
I mean,
I've 25% more range. Like, just start there.
Since they added Jaina.
Words. Nice.
Since Jaina's been added to the alpha, I've said here Blizzard needs to have a little bit more range without having to talent into it. She feels like an assassin, but she doesn't feel like a mage. And I feel like mage should be like a very specific feel. Now you mentioned Falstad, and I agree. And I think Tassadar feels more like
what?
I know.
What?
I feel like Tassadar and Falstad both feel more mage-like than Jaina does because of how up close and personal she has to be. I mean, you think of a mage and you think of like somebody that like can't take damage, like has to be protected at all times, and Jaina has to get super close.
I think you're completely wrong on that.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that overall, I think the biggest thing about a mage is that you just have to deal a lot of damage really quickly. Doesn't matter whether or not you
in
can
comparison
get
to a
in or
mainstream
out.
league.
But in terms of league, I mean, you have somebody like LeBlanc or everybody else who has a lot of stuns, roots that can get away,
The
or
cops in
a
chat.
surefire escape.
Yeah, Lux, Ari are both good examples of that. They both have outs.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, guys. Jake took his selfie backwards, so he just took a picture of the television.
Someone said it in chat. I don't want to scroll up. Phoenix said it in chat. When the guy that's
Are
wearing
you
the
kidding
lampshade
me?
is the designated driver, that's a bad thing.
Are you kidding me? What? You need help, man. I was like,
I
oh,
agree.
what silliness. That's
So
exceeding my
So the
expectations.
question was, thank you to who asked it, and the Wolf. Yeah, we still think that we need more mages. Generally, didn't
Yeah.
get that role urge we wanted from them.
I mean, Jaina's a good example, but I feel like she doesn't have enough roots. Like, she's got a lot of slows, and I'll give her that. But a lot of heroes that can break those and get good, solid CC, like Stitches, like Chen, like everybody else. And CC is now also defined by a version of body blocking as well, which is not really existed in League of Legends. Didn't
What is
really
Corey
exist
sitting
as
on?
much
He's
as
sitting on
in
a
Dota.
beanbag on a chair. Let's try again, boys.
I feel like with those types of CCs that don't really exist in other games, like body blocking as well, I feel like Jaina really needs a root, like
Yeah,
a
I agree.
defined root. Like Ice Cone should be a root.
I agree. Or something.
Well, you can expect into Cone of Cold at level 16, and it's a 1-second route
That's
at that
level
point.
16.
At
But you're
level
talking
16,
you're
though.
talking level 16 talent. I personally think the bigger fix for Jaina is to give Blizzard about 20% more range, just inherently. Just you give an additional 20% range on Blizzard, and she's in a better spot.
Chat's killing
Yo,
me right now.
Kubi's kidding.
Host, what's next? What's the next topic, host?
Host, what's this topic?
Okay,
No,
thank you to
let's talk
Animal
about a
Wolf.
topic we haven't talked about yet. All right, let's talk about viewbotting.
Shut
Oh
up,
my
Jeff.
Oh God.
We are answering questions from our
Kubi
okay,
is the
guys.
new host for
I
the
gotta-
next 2 minutes.
I got a question. So, it sounds like warriors need help. We could use some more mages. Does this mean the supports are too strong?
Um,
No.
Are they?
I don't
Are
think they're
they?
too strong. I think
They've
they're in a
nerfed
fine
them
spot.
to
All
the
right,
ground.
all right. Too strong.
The question is,
Too strong
are
is-
supports too strong? Let's go to Kubi. Kubi,
What?
is your
No, it's my question.
So we have a small amount of supports. I feel we. Like,
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jared, you're not Kubi.
Sorry, I was gonna answer his question though.
Shut the hell up.
This is
Okay.
Kubi's
Kubi.
question, not
Censored.
Jared's
Nice.
question.
You don't want to be on this list.
I wasn't asking a question. I was answering one. I'm sorry.
What does that say?
Don't worry about what the list says, okay? All right.
Is that the swear list?
No. All right. Answer the question. I need questions answered.
Okay,
Kubi
so-
has asked a question. He demands an
It's
answer.
it's not that we have a lot of
Whoa,
supports.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Can I
whoa.
answer the damn question? you
No,
piece of
I
shit?
asked Kubi. You dumb poops. I asked Kubi a goddamn question.
What was the question? No one heard
The
it.
question was, are supports too strong?
That sounds very similar to a question that I just asked.
And I was responding to both of them. I said that supports aren't
You're killing me,
strong.
kid.
They're just in a
I'm
good
sorry,
place.
Sonya. I still didn't ask you. I still asked Kubi.
Our support, no. No, it kind of doesn't feel like that right now.
No. They're,
And it's kind of weird to say because of how I worded the question. God, man, my questions are so difficult.
okay, so can I take this now? Am I allowed to speak yet?
Yeah, go ahead, Jared.
Supports are in a really good spot. There's not a lot of them that are like we have Brightwing, Rhaegar, Malfurion, Uther, right? Those are the four big ones.
Yeah.
They're all really good. Like all four of them are really good. Where other classes don't seem to have that, and like they all fill multiple roles. Like you can have all of them be CCing, healing, and stuff. So I think that's the reason why like it doesn't feel like we need supports because the four big ones we have all play Like you're never like, I wish we had this kind of healer, or this kind of support because it would work well with this comp. No, because like at least one of those 4 will work into that comp. That's how it feels right now. I don't think supports are kind of. Obviously, I want more supports because I think there's only 6 in game. Tyrande, Lily, those 4, and just 6.
Tyrande,
Yeah, about
Lily,
6.
Tassadar,
Tassadar.
Malfurion, Rhaegar,
Yeah.
Brightwing.
Uther, Brightwing. So that's 7.
7.
Right, but Tassadar's like kind of.
You know it. And there's like 30-something heroes, so I guess that's about, they have the right amount. And 4 of those are really good, so it doesn't feel like we're in desperation for supports right now.
'But,
2 of those are
but
really
the
good.
question is, are they
3 of
too
those are
strong?
viable.
2 of those are viable. Are you kidding me?
2 of those are really good. 3 of those are viable.
4 of those are viable.
4 of
Which
those
one's
are
not viable?
Lily?
No. I'm talking about.
You're missing my exclusive. 2 of those are exclusively good.
Okay,
3
who
of those
are
are
those 2?
exclusive
Oh.
viable.
Who are those 2
Okay.
good?
So 5
Okay.
total
I get
are
you.
usable.
I get you.
The
Okay.
only hero that rarely sees used in competitive play out of all the supports in the game is Lily. Rhaegar, Malfurion, Brightwing,
You messed that
Uther,
up so bad.
and Tassadar all see a lot of play. Watch the VODs from this weekend.
Let's talk about Lily.
Every
Let's talk
single
about
game
Lily.
SMG plays, they play Malfurion.
They play Lily?
Yeah.
So, I think Blizzard stated publicly that
Lily's garbage.
Lily is getting reworked.
She's getting reworked.
Yes,
They
no,
did say that.
they did say publicly.
No. What they basically said was Lily is garbage.
Yeah. I can't really argue that one. Yeah.
Victory for Sham 2.
Victory
Kev
for
loves
Shane.
Lily.
I have a level
Watch
5
episode
Lily.
13 or 14, something like that.
13, I think it is.
Something like that, and you can see the epic Lily rant from Sham 2.
And it's still relevant. It still makes sense. Lily is
He
a
watches
terrible
it every day.
goddamn hero.
He watches it every day. He's like, am I still right? Yes.
I will wake up. I'll just my wake up alarm is just me talking about Lily. It's just, oh man, Lily. No CC. Yeah, you're right, Sham 2. Oh, I'm Sham 2. I should wake up right now.
I'm Sham.
You guys, hold on. Kevin, Jake, Corey, you guys look a little dehydrated. I think we need to drink some brew real quick.
Yeah, brew would be good.
Brew? Yeah,
It's
I'm down for some brew.
It's a brew time right now.
I'm petting a kitty.
This is
friendly.
so hot. How am I gonna?
Oh my god, this fire.
Yeah, it's beastly fire. I know. Kubi made it. Kubi made the fire.
Anyway,
Thank you to Ann the Wolf for asking the question about mages and what class we needed.
Thank you to Anne the Wolf in general
I'm
for.
so excited for a mage that can do damage via ability powers alone and still escape.
I think we're hoping that's what Kilthos is.
That sounds pretty broken.
No, that's not broken. Like every other MOBA in the world has that.
You honestly think Kilthos will have an escape?
I hope so.
I don't think it will.
Like maybe like where he turns into a phoenix and he gets like a movement speed buff while he's in phoenix mode or something. I don't know.
One of his heroics is going to be summon a phoenix. Like
You don't know that, you butt demon.
I made it
Yeah,
up, therefore
butt
I know
demon.
it.
Get at Jared's level.
Get at Jared.
I don't know. I think the first mage that'll have a blink is like Millhouse. I think Millhouse will have.
That would be so cool.
I think Millhouse will have mirror image, and I think it'll be like really obnoxious to deal with and hard to know which one is a real Millhouse.
What?
Hold on, wait. I perfected this at one point during a cast of HPL, I think. Beware the wait.
You almost had
Yeah,
it.
it was close.
Beware the might of Millhouse Manastorm.
Actually, that was pretty good.
That's
I'll
pretty
give it
good.
to you.
I'm impressed. You look like
There
a
is
gnome,
a
so I'm not
new,
surprised.
What? He's like 6'4". You can't say things like that.
In WoW, they added the Millhouse Manastorm is a new follower you can get for your garrison, and when you get that quest done, you get the Manastorm Manipulator, which turns you into Millhouse Manastorm for 10 minutes, and when you use it, he screams, "Hello, sweet cheeks," or something like that. It's
Wait,
freaking hilarious.
that's an item or
Yeah,
a spell?
you can turn into Millhouse for 10
because
minutes.
I got
It's
him as a
awesome.
follower, but I don't read anything in the quest.
Yeah,
logs
you
in
would
WoW.
know because you're bad at WoW.
Boom.
Okay,
Boom.
your
So
kitty.
thank you for that question. Let's move on to the next
Wait,
one.
before we move on, I just want to shout out to Anne the Wolf in general for his contribution here on the Solid Jake channel, Town Hall, and everything, period, I do here on Twitch, because you're always hanging out, and it's appreciated, man. I love you.
And not to just give one of our single viewers love. Thank you to all of our viewers
Well,
who
of course,
contribute to
of
our
course,
chat
but
every
he-
week.
He asked
Thanks
the
to all of
question.
our viewers.
I shout out Phoenix. I shout out and the Wolf. This is the end of the year, so this is like shout out time. This is time to
Well,
shout
no,
out.
we still got 40 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
No, who says we're stopping at 11? We're stopping at 2
Jake,
a.m.
you're gonna be asleep at 11. Calm down. I